What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Biscayne Breakdown. I'm joined as always with BL Deem today. And Deem, there's been a lot going on. Heat basketball is back. We're back. It's better than ever.
Sir.
We're in full swing. You know, it's preseason now. We're currently 3 games into 5 games of preseason, and we've got a lot to talk about. So let's get straight to the breakdown. Firstly, we have to talk about the Herro Extension. So that was the biggest news that we've had all offseason. We've been waiting months and months for Donovan Mitchell trade news, for Durant trade news, for Jay Crowder trade news. None of that happened. We have re-signed Tyler Herro to a 4-year, $130 million contract in total, $120.9 million before any incentives and stuff like that. But pretty good result if you're Tyler Herro, in my opinion. You know, that's kind of around what the league average is for a young player around his talent. So give me your thoughts on that.
Well, obviously, I was completely wrong. On previous episode, I said that I think he should get around similar to what Anthony Simons got, maybe a little over that. I said 115. He got 120. Is it?
Yeah,
With 10 million
120.9 before incentives, and one of the incentives is to win Defensive Player of the Year. So he's not going to make 130 million.
Yeah, but I mean, he can be an all-star. So we'll see. But do you think that that extension puts him in the starting lineup? Like, is he a guaranteed starter?
It's a loaded question. It really is. It's a loaded question. Is he the best person starting? Start next to Jimmy, Bam, Kyle Lowry, and probably Caleb Martin? I don't think so. I think it's probably Oladipo, Max Strus. Would he be a more ready-made product right now? But for them to pay Herro like that, I don't see how they're giving themselves much of an option to not start him and to not give him that experience in those minutes.
Now, I know I will be backtracking on what I said because I said I think Vic deserves the starting job, and I still stand behind that, but I'm not too upset that Herro's getting it. But I'm excited to see what Vic can do in his second unit with Duncan Robinson and Max Strus. I think them two, with him as the main ball handler on the second unit, is going to open up. It's going to give him driving lanes. It's going to set them up in nice spots to dish when he attacking the basket and they close out, him dishing the ball off in the corner to one of them elite shooters. So I'm excited. And I know I'm kind of backtracking on what I said previous episodes, but sometimes you see a couple preseason games or you look at things different. So
yeah, it's an ever evolving door. Really, it's a revolving door with. I feel like our opinions stay the same, but the situation changes. You know that we weren't talking about Herro having that massive extension. So, in my opinion, it was more viable to take him off the bench without this extension. Just the fact that you can match any offer he's going to get anyway, and to play him in his best possible position under what Spo thinks was probably the best. But if you're paying a guy $30 million a year, $28, $27 million a year, to play, you really need to utilize that. And that's something we haven't seen with Duncan. Duncan got the extension, barely played last year after his real rough stretch. So you don't want to replicate that. I'm not going to say Tyler Herro is anything like that. He's not. He's a much more offensively consistent player than Duncan has ever shown he could be. But I'm sitting here saying I'm now comfortable saying that he can start. Because if he can bring what he did at the 6-man role into the starting lineup role, we've got a real talent on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people want to see that how can this offense function with 3 dominant ball handlers? Jimmy, Kyle, and Tyler. They may all need. There's only one basketball, and they may all need the ball to get their shot.
Yeah.
Tyler. I mean, Tyler. He can be a spot up shooter, but he's better with the ball in his hand. He's a better ball. He's better with the ball in his hand. And obviously, Kyle being the point guard and Jimmy, so it's like it's gonna be tough, but I think they're gonna make it. I think they're gonna make it work.
I feel like with Bam in the lineup as well, constantly improving, I feel like it's going to be a lot more of a viable option to now have another ball dominant player to really integrate other parts of the offense. Like Tyler as a backup point guard for this team would just be incredible. If we could start him off the bench as that backup point guard role, I'd be happy with that. But he's starting now. He knows how to get his own shot. We saw it last year. Was fantastic in pulling up off the dribble and getting getting his shot. So I feel like it's now just a learning curve how to integrate with an offense and bring other people, get them more involved as well, get Bam involved without trying to kill him with a stupid lob pass that he tried to do last year. But I don't know, like it's now his him and Bam's team. Really, it is. This is what that contract is. Is for the future. This is now Tyler and Bam's team.
I'm glad that you say that, because this team is going to be hard capped at 60 million over the luxury tag.
Yeah.
And they made it clear. They said that they didn't want to be in a luxury tag. Yeah. So I tweeted out that this team has a window. This roster has a 2-year window to win a championship.
That could even be one. It could even be a 1-year deal window.
You say one? So this
could be a 1-year window because of the fact that when you look at the roster, look at the expiring deals going down. You got Yurtseven, Strus, Gabe Vincent. These players want to get paid. They're all going to have to get paid eventually.
I don't know about. Not Strus. Strus and Gabe has to get signed. Will get signed. I don't know yet. We'll see.
But if we're hard capped, I don't see how we can offer them the deals of what they're worthy for, because Gabe Vincent's going to want to have to get paid. You're in the league for only so many years. There's only so much you can do with a $2 million contract in terms of securing your future. If he gets an offer from, just say, an Orlando Magic or a Sacramento, I don't know how he can say no to that offer.
Now, you was absolutely right that we would be in the luxury tax in 2023-2024 season over $60 million. Yeah. You're right. It's a 1-year window with this roster. After this season, championship or no championship, this would not be the same roster going into next season.
No, it definitely
would not be going into the same roster next season.
I don't think so. Gabe Vincent's going to want to, get a contract soon to keep him financially stable. He's been in the league for a while. It's time for him to get that 3-4 year deal that all players are really looking for at this point in time. So is Strus. Strus is going to want to get paid. You got Sevens, coming out of a deal as well. They're going to have to pay him some money. So being hard capped, it just isn't what this team needs right now, in the sense of that. But it opens up, when a door closes, a window opens, because come the All-Star break, and the trade deadline comes mid-year, the Heat are going to have to make a decision. Do they want to let some of these guys walk for free at the end of the season? Or are they going to put these expiring deals in a trade to try and get a guy to put next to the core that's already being paid? Yeah. So there's a lot of decisions for the front office, a lot to figure out. If you're Andy Ellsberg as well, trying to figure out a lot of stuff.
Max and Gabe, they're going to get paid. I believe that they're going to get paid. Europe is still in limbo. Let's not even talk about that right now. But I think this team is set up not perfect, but they're set up good for the future. They know the 2 young players they want to build around.
Yeah,
they already know the 2 young players they want to build around, and they know their skill set. They know what they're good at. They know what they're not good at. They know what they need around them. So I hate to say it. I hate to talk about trades before the season even start, but Duncan Robinson and Kyle Lowry, if this team do break up in next season with the luxury tax bills are going to be, they're going to be the first 2 guys to move.
Yeah, they are. They're in the line of fire as well.
I hate to say it, but it is what it is.
It's the truth. And like I said, there's a lot of decisions to be made with this organization moving forward, because if just say the window looks like it's closing fast or it's nearly shut, the possibility will arise where they might have to think about trading Jimmy Butler. They hit the reset button. That's another sort of thing they're going to have to look at.
About that.
It's a horrible situation for the short term at the moment, absolutely. But if the window's closing and teams are getting better, if the teams teams like Memphis, teams like the Boston Celtics, who are constantly improving. If they're improving at a better rate than we are, and they look like their window's about to open and ours is nearly shut, you have to look at the possibility of retooling for future moves or rebuilding in a small capacity. Now the Heat don't rebuild. We know that for a fact.
Yeah.
When LeBron James left, we didn't rebuild.
Retool.
It was a very quick rebuild that led to success in less than 5 years. And I feel like 5 years or less doesn't really count as a rebuild. What OKC have done over the last few years, that's a full rebuild. That's a full reset.
Let's kind of slow it down on that.
But what the Utah Jazz are doing is also a full rebuild. But if we had to go into that mode, it's also a possibility. Just saying, if we think that we don't have enough, the office is going to have to make the decision moving forward.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're right, but I just want to slow down.
Trade Jimmy. No. Trade Jimmy now. No, I'm just joking.
We're not going to
trade.
We're not going to
trade Jimmy.
No.
Send him to Memphis.
No, Jimmy's going to help deliver that championship, that 4th ring to Miami. But
when Jimmy gets traded for that 1st overall pick and we get Victor Wembanyama, it's going to be sweet.
No team.
It's going to be beautiful. Bam and Victor Wembanyama?
We already have the perfect 4 next to Bam. And his name is Nikola Jokic.
Stop it. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Did you see what he did? Did you see what he did to Brooklyn last night?
I'm glad you brought that up because that's our topic for today. It is the preseason right now. It is currently 97-89. The Heat are leading. The Memphis Grizzlies, and let me tell you who the Memphis Grizzlies are playing. Their entire starting 5, take away Jaren Jackson Jr. Let me tell you who's inactive for the Heat. You had 7, Strus, Oladipo, Martin, Kyle Lowry, Herro, Haslam, Dedmon, Jimmy Butler, Bam. That is our entire 1st and 2nd unit. Take away Gabe Vincent. Yeah. Currently, Duncan Robinson has 29 points. 29.
Is this the return of Duncan? Is this the return of the
We don't know. We don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I was big on criticizing Duncan last season. And in the offseason, I was one of the guys who was advocating for Duncan to be traded for, a player who's can help the team.
100%.
But I'm super, super excited to see Duncan Robinson this year. I think hopefully Vic coming back healthy, Vic can help unlock Duncan again. And when I mean by that, I mean it's like I think they game will complement each other. I think Duncan is going to go back to being a 43% 3-point shooter. And then Heat fans are going to love him again. He's still going to be bad on defense. But
it's not hard to win the fans over like that.
If he starts shooting 43%, at least 43%, well, that's still good. If he shoots 43% from 3 this year, it's going to be a successful
I'll buy a Duncan Robinson jersey. If he ends the season at 43%, I will buy a Duncan Robinson jersey.
You would never 100%. See number 55 jersey.
I will.
Never.
Now, let's cut Duncan Robinson. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the real story of the preseason so far. This man, Jamal Cain. I have never heard of him before out of Marquette, and then he went somewhere else afterwards. I don't remember.
He's going to be the 3rd Heat legend to come from Marquette.
D-Wade, Butler, Cain. It just sounds beautiful. Too good to be true.
The sad thing, and we talked about we talked about this, that I didn't hear a lot of Jamal Cain coming out of training camp. So I had no idea who he was. I watch a lot of college basketball. I haven't seen him at Marquette. I don't even think I watched the Marquette game last year. But what he did last night in versus Brooklyn, he did more that showed up on the stat sheet. He defended KD. He did a pretty good job defending KD. His energy, like he brung energy. He did a lot of off the ball movement. And obviously my favorite play from last night was when he did the backdoor cut and Jokic found him for the lob. That was beautiful. I hopefully he can get the 2-way contract thing. Yeah. Hopefully he can get it. I'm
see a lot of reporters right now talking about the fact that he's already gotten that 2-way deal. I feel like he's deserved it. He had that 15 point, 11 rebound game, 5 steals against 5 steals against the Brooklyn Nets. Currently, with 5.5 minutes left, he's up to 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. You have to reward him. You have to reward him for what he's done. He's killing it. Reward the players that deserve it. Marcus Garrett's not looking quite up to par at the moment. Drew Smith is not looking anywhere close to ready to join this team. Absolutely not. I'll take Booyah and Darius Days and Jamal Cain over these guys.
You take that. I mean, we haven't seen a lot from Darius.
Get them out of here. Bring in the fresh talent. Send them to the G League. Let's get them coached up.
I want to see Marcus. I mean, me because I seen Marcus Garrett play in college when he was at Kansas, and I mean his offensive game is not perfect, but I mean of course he can use work, but he's an elite defender. And what does Pat Riley and Spo teaches?
They love him. They love him, but at the moment he can't shoot the ball to save his life. And what does Pat love? Someone that plays defense more. He loves a two-way player more than anything.
Man, it's like Marcus Garrett is scared to shoot the ball. It's like you seen that.
I'd be scared too. Have you seen the hitch in his shot?
Yeah, and then
it looks terrible.
He went to dribble and it came off. It was a loose kick ball. His offensive game.
It's not looking great for him at the moment. I feel like they might still offer him a lifeline deal with the G League affiliate, the Sioux Falls. But I still feel
last year he was the two-way. He had the two-way.
He was that guy coming out of it.
Injury, I think.
Yeah. He was the guy coming out of our G League, of our summer league that looked extremely promising.
Yeah.
Now it's Jamal Cain, who, by the way, played for Oakland after he played for Marquette.
Really?
So he played for Oakland after 4 years already at Marquette.
Did Kendrick Nunn come from Oakland? No.
I don't care. We don't care about Kendrick Nunn. We don't talk about Kendrick Nunn anymore. He's finished. We don't talk about him. We don't want him. But look, to round this all episode off, there's been so much going on so quickly, and it's hard to keep making episodes, with the weekly podcast when we've got so much to talk about, because we could go for 2-3 hours at a time for sure. So we're gonna have to cut this one short, but yes, we're still leading by 8 points, with 5 minutes left against the Memphis Grizzlies starting group. This team runs deep.
Oh yeah.
Play my music, Joel.